not likely that I'll ever get my shit together. Half my life I felt like I was under the weather. All my future endeavors are far from dull. Getting flipped up on the train tracks, never wanna take those days back. I know I was young, I was living my life, and you goddamn idiot started shit and we finished it. At least I live my life with style. I no longer feel so proud. I feel the fire again, I feel a spark inside my heart, I feel alive again. I feel the fire again, I feel a spark inside my heart, I feel alive again. I feel the fire, it burns. I feel the fire again, I feel a spark inside my heart, I feel alive again. You know I miss the boys that are out in Santa Cruz. Some days wish I lived on the moon, never had to meet another douchebag. Think back to when I met the boys age 19. We were living on Chandler Street, fucking it up and making some move. Never could have guessed after all the times we cheated dead, I'll be standing here in my head, my heart, my spirit, someone instead. Really should have guessed after all the times that we got faded, that my brain might get downgraded. Thank God, I think I'm feeling alright. I feel the fire again, I feel a spark inside my heart, I feel alive again. I feel the fire again, I feel a spark inside my heart, I feel alive again. I feel the fire, it burns. I feel the fire again, I feel a spark inside my heart, I feel alive again. Yeah, no, I know I've been staying over. Fucked her so long, I'm finally sober. To the edge, I've been drawing closer. Lately I'm a loner, a stoner, a loser. You're a fucking poser, alone, life for no one. Love to act so talented, reality you've got none. I don't like to talk much, I'm honest. You just crave attention, that clown life is dog shit. Yeah, I really wanna fade away. Nothing really matters in the end when we fade away. Fade away, all that I will write. I just wanna find a way to make you stay, to make you stay. I just wanna levitate, don't hesitate to make you wait. I just wanna fuck you till my bones and blood disintegrate. I just wanna touch you, feel your body right next to me. I just wanna love you, wanna fuck you, wanna levitate. Levitate, I'll levitate. No matter what like this, I just don't go my way. I'll levitate, all damn night I'll stay awake. Spill my fucking guts and everything I've got all on the page. Lost my best friend, fuck that, it's over. So many moments, never found their closure. A loner, lazy fucking stoner. Lately I've been thinking this was destined to be over. You're a fucking pussy, so sick listening to groaning. Goddamn time you man up to mistakes, now time you own them. I've been feeling lonesome, alone, and so homesick. Driving home, reflecting past 3 months, that shit was toxic. Yeah, I'll levitate. No matter what like this, I just don't go my way.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Sorry, I'm in a tank top and look all sweaty. I was working on my car today. Still am. For those of you who don't know, I drive a Jeep, 2011 Jeep Rubicon, and I'm trying to take out all the seats and like clean all the carpet. I'm trying to sell it. Oh, wow, that was a dump. Okay, well, there you go. Holy crap, that just happened. Did that happen everywhere? Oh no, it only happened on Coinbase. Typical. Okay. Yeah, so for those of you that are in my trading class, just to explain this a little better. Excuse me, I've got a lot of dust in my lungs. I talked about the idea of swing failure. All right, let me explain it to you. If you're watching, those who aren't in my trading class, you get this one for free. So first things first, we thought that this was a double bottom. I found a diagonal here on the 1 hour that fits pretty well. So if this double bottom were to play out, we'd need to hold above this diagonal. So essentially invalidations below like 20,400. Aside from that, swing failure is when you have a pattern like this and it shoots up and then just goes back down like that. And the pattern no longer plays out. It's essentially a bull trap. And I posted my 3 steps in there. The first thing I like to see in determining swing failure is one, we had a pumped all the way to like 20,750, which was, really great. I was like, wow, this thing actually might go. Well, then once we hit it, we immediately rejected. And then we consolidated, and now we're going back lower. So ultimately, this pattern isn't going to play out. I would consider this green the breakout candle, and now we're below it. We just saw a huge sell order come in from Coinbase, I believe. Oh, yeah. Huge sell order from Coinbase come in. So, yeah. The whole point of this and why I'm explaining this to you guys is because when you see swing failure, like even the 30-minute, look at this. Very clean double bottom here. We attempt to break out. We immediately shoot down. What they're doing here is every time this pumps up, it's distributed into. So they're actually selling into these pumps. Although, I'm looking for a long opportunity because if we look, at our 4 hour here, we're between an area of support and resistance, here being resistance, here being support. So the better risk management, the best risk return is to look for a long opportunity when you're near support and look for the short opportunity when you're near resistance. Aside from that, just wanted to explain that a little better if any of you guys in my trading class are watching, or if any of you watching wanted to learn what swing failure is. Farah, the music is fire. Yeah, the music's actually from one of my old childhood friends. Really good guy, and he's in an upcoming band and everything. I think he does stuff solo now, but essentially he lets me use his music because it's not copywritten. Yo, what's up, yes sir? How's it going, man? How's it going? All right, guys. So I need to go back and work on my car. So I'm just gonna do a quick run through of everything. And call today. It'll probably be about 30, 35-ish minutes. I also had to come back here and let my dog out. So, all right, let's go over the Dow first. So Dow, looks like we hit my support area to the T. Bounced a little bit. With that said, what's next? Either next week we go below and, we really start to capitulate within the stock market. I would argue that the next area of support is probably something like right here, right at about 26,000, about a 10% drop. That's a hefty drop in the stock market. Anyways, but for now, we're at support. If you're into shorting stocks, I definitely wouldn't short going into support. I am kind of expecting a bounce here as we are oversold with a little bit of divergence. It would make sense given the timeline. I think we're bounce, maybe do something like this. But ultimately, we're hitting targets as we keep going. Have we bottomed? No, I do not believe we've bottomed. If we look at 2008, excuse me. Sorry, it's pollen today is killing me. If we look at 2008, we have a double top. We break down, retest, and then go, down, get a little bit of a bounce, and then capitulate. Essentially, this time frame, June all the way to March. So that's about, 6 to 12 months. So in about 6 to 12 months, we should see a bottom at some point. I mean, if we don't, then it could get really bad. But essentially, what you're going to see next is maybe a small relief bounce, and then going further down. Essentially, I'm waiting for this move to really begin DCAing. Crypto is a very volatile and speculative asset. A stock index fund like the Dow Jones is going to be the better indicator in determining the bottom. Essentially, anytime we have recession, depression, mini recession, anything like that, stocks have a capitulation and they drop about 20 to 30%, maybe even more, over a couple week time period. So that's more or less what I'm expecting and waiting for in order to DCA. S&P 500, same thing. Looks like we could have support maybe all the way up to here, maybe down here. It's somewhere in this zone of 36 to 35.30. For now, we'll leave it at 36 because it seems like the Dow's bounce. It would make sense that the S&P would bounce as well, but ultimately just kind of expecting that or just going straight through. NASDAQ again right on our support level that we've had for quite some time. Again, just kind of expecting a drop or maybe even just a nosedive through. Macro sentiment's horrible. They're going to keep increasing rates. Things aren't looking good. People are running out of money. And aside from that, yes, we have some fear in this market, but we don't have the type of fear that really puts in a bottom. We haven't really capitulated. We've dropped a lot, but the biggest difference is people are asking when the bottom is. People are asking Jesus. People are asking when to buy. And true capitulation is, your retail investors are gone. They're not here waiting. Excuse me. It's like I have dust in my lungs, man. It sucks. Are we going lower, like 12K, 16K? We're probably going to break 20K at some point. It just makes sense. There's literally no signs of reversal, and we've closed below. We're about to close below the 200 weekly. Total charts. Looks like we've kind of hit our support or near it, this orange line. We said if we lose the purple, we'll see orange. Could see a relief bounce as, very oversold here, but just like being very overbought, you can be very, very oversold. And I'm kind of expecting this to do something like that, something like what happened here and something like what happened over here. Guys, crypto is a very speculative asset. It's never seen an economic recession. These notions that, RSI hits the bottom of this line and then that's the bottom, I would take those ideas and throw them out the window, if I'm going to be honest with you. Crypto's bear markets, or the couple of bear markets that crypto's had, were inside of a massive bullish economy, and an economy that the Fed was printing trillions and trillions of dollars, and everyone was buying, and business was booming, and now we're in a recession. Okay, speculative assets, volatile assets, do the worst during this time period. So if you think the worst is here, that's your own opinion, but I don't even think we've started. I don't think we've even started. Obviously we're down quite a bit, but I don't think we've capitulated, I guess, per se. I suggest you wear a mask when you continue, man. Dude, no. So when I was cleaning, I was trying to remove my seats, and they were rusted shut. And I basically wasted like 4 hours of my day trying to get them, and then I ended up de-threading one of the bolts, and I just said F this. I'm just gonna have someone professionally do it, but I still have to go back, and I still want to like vacuum it out, make it look nice, and then I'll just have it professionally done before I sell it. Yo, what up, Mike? How's it going? 2008 QT for a short time. Yeah, we've already seen what happens to crypto in a recessive environment. Total 2. I would expect Total 2 to hit 254 billion, if not going lower. Excuse me. To like 143, but for now, it looks like we're on support. Everything's on support. If we were to bounce, it's right here and right now. Total 3, same thing. Not really going to waste your time there. DXY. Huge rejection on the weekly. Possible double top here. But honestly, because we made the higher high, I'm still kind of expecting this. If I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of expecting this to make a symmetrical triangle, just like it did over here. and continue its rampage up. I mean, we know that fundamentally the DXY is very bullish, and TA-wise, it's still very bullish. I mean, just because we're overbought here, I mean, there's really no signs of divergence. Our RSI trend is pretty much holding. Lots of bullishness on the DXY. USDT.D, very, very bullish. I mean, in price discovery going parabolic. I don't see this ending until we get to like 14% ultimately, but if you guys didn't know, anytime this thing is going up, it's very, very bearish for crypto. Very, very bearish for crypto. All right, let's do Bitcoin. First things first. Just for anyone watching and they didn't get a chance to see this, this is my macro thesis. It ended up being 100% correct, although I think the bottom is wrong. I think the bottom will be a little bit lower than 17, probably in the 13 to 10K range. Regardless, death cross, death cross, death cross. What came after? Bear market, bear market, bear market. Essentially, capitulation was the larger area of support, 6K, and then I believe this is like $300-ish. It ended up being correct, and I got a lot of pushback on this. I felt like it was pretty easy to follow, follows historical analysis pretty well. But if you're looking to DCA, anywhere really in the 17K range to 13K range, I think is a good area. Just so you guys know, bottoms do this. They go sideways for quite some time. So we're probably going to do this when we bottomed and then go back up. Anyone that tells you that we're going to V up and do this has no idea what they're talking about. Again, look at history. Oh, jeez. Selling the car to buy the dip? No, I'm actually selling my Jeep so I can buy a truck, and then I'm probably going to buy an Audi R8 next year. Jeez, man, this is tough. My apologies for the coughing. I'm super allergic to pollen, and there's a ton of pollen outside. Right, let's look at the daily. You guys, I mean, there's not a lot to cover here. We're dumping. I feel like this is pretty obvious. We've broken below my capitulation support, which was here, this red line. And we just kind of ranging between support and resistance, but ultimately I think we'll go down. Oh, man. Woo! I think I coughed it up. I think I got it. I hope. Why are you using Bitstamp as an exchange in your macro thesis? Usually you're using Coinbase because Bitstamp shows the entire time frame of Bitcoin. That's why. Finally, Bitcoin. Finally, dude. Finally. Yeah, it's always nice to see everything, get the big perspective. But honestly, guys, I mean, this is about as bearish as it gets. I mean, we are literally seeing a waterfall sell-off. There's literally no signs of reversal, and just because we're oversold does not mean we can't remain oversold. I mean, for a time during the bull market, I mean, we were overbought from the 21st of October until the 26th of November. We can remain in this area for a very, very long time, and I think we will. Ultimately, I think we will break 20K. I mean, like I said, until I see a reversal signal, currently there are none on the daily, at least. Obviously, as you guys know, I tend to weigh in higher time frames much more than lower time frames, even with the weekly. We open up our moving averages. I mean, we're closing below the 200 weekly, unless we get back above 22.5, which honestly I just don't see happening. We have lots of volume coming in, lots of selling. There's over 100,000 Bitcoin on exchanges ready to be sold right now. And yeah, again, I think RSI, although it's oversold, I think we can remain oversold, similar to being overbought. I do not think the bottom is in. And I hate to say this, but the bottom will be in when half of you stop watching my live stream. When you guys stop liking my tweets, when you stop joining my trading class, when you stop being active in Discord. Essentially, all of us, including myself, we're retail investors. I'm a seasoned investor. I've been in this market for 5 or 6 years almost. Probably about 5. And I know when to pay attention and when to not. And right now is the time you pay attention. There will be hardly any gains made unless you're a trader. And for most people that don't know how to trade, you know, they just kind of buy and hold and take profits along the way, it's going to be hell for you for a while. I mean, we are essentially going to do a very, very long sideways accumulation before any type of upward move, before any type of bull market. And usually when the bottom's in is when suicide hotlines are up, when people have lost everything, when retail stops paying attention. I will say one thing. Crypto YouTube views are down 90%, and I'm still pulling 100-plus audience. So thank you to all who continue to stick around and watch. And it's nothing against you when I say the bottom's in when you're not here watching. But unfortunately, historical data shows that most retail will be out. Like 90% of no one will care about crypto. No, everyone's going to say it's dead, and everyone will say that it's never going up and all this and all that. Similar to when we were bullish or in a bull market and people said 100K, 200, 300, 400K. Although I do think 100K is possible, it was not possible in this, especially not in this environment. Hell no. We were entering economic recession, and now we're really in one. Unfortunately, the news outlets aren't telling you, and your government's not telling you, but yes, we are in a recession. Guys, I went to the store and paid $14 for 4 sticks of butter and a pack of cheese. I even have the receipt upstairs. It's ridiculous. If the Amazon chart would play out, it would be cataclysmic. Imagine 3K Bitcoin. I've already seen a 3K Bitcoin. I don't think it'll happen again, though. What would you recommend for trading in this bear market? For scalping, just watch Bitcoin. Don't worry about alts. If you're trading altcoins, you're just literally asking to get absolutely wrecked. First time watcher, hey, how's it going? For all you new people, I live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, around 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. We have a free Discord. The description should be, or the link should be in the description. If not, one of the chat bots has it, but happy to have you. Welcome, welcome. Unfortunately, today's a quicker live stream. I'm outside working on my car, and I got to go back out and fix it. Not fix it. I'm cleaning it. I'm getting ready to sell it so I can buy a new truck. Thinking a Silverado, but we'll see what we do, what we get. I'm in between a 15 and a 2500. It depends on the size of the boat that I want to buy when I move back down south. But yeah, so far, I mean, guys, daily, weekly, looking disgustingly ugly. If you're in shorts between 25 and 22, I'd hold them. I wouldn't look too long. Again, look, there's no signs of reversal, no MACD, no RSI, no price action. It just looks ugly. Let's look at the 4-hour. So originally I thought this would be a double bottom. I explained at the beginning of the video. We're seeing some swing failure on the 15-minute. And essentially, or even the 30-minute better describes, we had a nice little double bottom here. Nice green candle, and now we're back down. This is swing failure. So honestly, this pattern's probably not going to play out, and we're going to head lower. Again, guys, higher time frames look ugly. I would highly recommend watching the daily and the 4-hour. Don't watch anything under that. You're setting yourself up for traps, for exit liquidity, and honestly, the bottom's not in. I mean, if you're longing, what's the best gain you're going to get? 10%? I mean, you're going to get the range high. They're going to short into it, and then we're going to go down. I don't think that 10% is worth being exit liquidity, especially if you don't have good risk management. Are you watching for anything with the elections coming up? Man, I don't even care about elections. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I could care less who's elected, who does anything, who's in office. I mean, I'm going to complain if they do a bad job, just like everyone else, but I could care less. It doesn't change my life. I'm still going to pay about the same in taxes. And again, this whole mess, although I personally don't like Biden, this whole mess isn't just Biden's fault. It's a combination of Trump, Obama, and Bush, and Biden. Now, Biden's not helping, and honestly, I think he's made it a little worse because they haven't tightened. They haven't done the things they need to do to stay on par and just introduce recession. And that's part of that's a political game, right? Like the Democrats want to stay in office, so they're not going to tell you how bad it is. Just like, if Republicans were in office, they're most likely not going to tell you how bad it is because they want to stay in office. They want to keep their jobs. I mean, vice versa. That's my biggest problem. Is no matter who is in office, no matter who is doing what, they're all lying to you. You're going to pay the same in taxes. It literally doesn't matter. Your life's not going to change very much. Like unless someone like Hitler comes into office or some crazy maniac that just changes everything. Yeah, I just don't see it happening. Do you believe we may see a relief rally if the situation in Ukraine stay? I don't think it matters what happens in the Ukraine. Honestly, the Ukraine isn't even making news headlines anymore. I don't think many people even like not that no one cares what's happening over there, but I think it was just like a couple week fad and no one's talking about it anymore. No one's really involved like they were a couple months ago. Did you really take Profit Blue's 10 Bitcoin bet and he didn't pay you? No, that was a friend of mine and Profit Blue did not pay him. And they have like DMs with each other. They pretty much signed a verbal contract. Yeah, the guy's a total sham. Hugs, suicide lines. Please, people, don't invest more than you can lose. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Great point. Sorry, I missed your ETH DCA range. Bitcoin 17 to 13. I mean, I'll be DCAing ETH when I DCA Bitcoin. I'm probably going to do 50-50. I mean, honestly, I see ETH going down below, like, going all the way down to 400, if not lower. But, yeah, guys, I mean, even ETH doesn't look like a double bottom. The daily, again, looks very bearish. Nothing really looks good, you know, and if you don't know how to trade, if you don't know what you're doing, I recommend paper trading. I recommend, you know, just staying out of the market, wait and accumulate. You'll know when the bottom's in. If you pay attention to this market and everything that I'm telling you, you will know when the bottom's in. Not necessarily know, but you'll have a good feeling of, okay, we're getting closer to a bottom, because no one ever knows where the bottom is. But you can get a feeling like, okay, this is probably within a 20 to 30% range of the bottom. If you remember, this is a volatile asset. So if you're accumulating, you're going to accumulate in probably a 20 to 50% range. Is a dead cat bounce extremely unlikely? I mean, I wouldn't say it's not unlikely. Is Profit Blue worse than Eggers? Honestly, that's a good question. I really think both of them don't know what the hell they're doing, and they both flip-flop a lot. But then again, you know, I could care less what either one of them are doing at this point. It was fun to roast Eggers last week. It was fun to roast Profit Blue a couple weeks prior. But guys, like, I need to, you know, just speaking out loud here, it's better for me to act professional. You know, I've got a trading class. I've got over 100 patrons. Like, it's just better if I act professional and just don't deal with this shit, because everybody knows they're terrible analysts. Everybody knows they've been wrong. You know, Eggers is out here calling bottoms, and we're dropping another 30-40%, telling people that we're going to V-shape upwards, and that's just not how that works. The only time Bitcoin's ever done that was after COVID, and that was during after a black swan event within a very, very bullish market. So, yeah, I mean, ultimately, who cares? Will ETH dump after ETH 2.0 staking unlock? I think ETH is going to dump no matter what. A news-based pump isn't going to mean a whole lot. I mean, ETH, you guys have to remember, literally, ETH is being burned every single minute of the day, and it's almost below $1,000. Okay, every single second minute, an ETH coin is being burned. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've burned millions of ETH coins. I could be wrong on the number, but I know they've been burning a ton, and we're already at 1,000. Okay, there were people saying that was going to be a super bullish event. We were going to go to 10K Ethereum. Ethereum was never going to see the lows ever again, yada, yada. Okay, well, it's been months and months and months into burning Ethereum coins, and we're at 1,000. So this ETH 2.0 staking thing, don't get too caught up in the fundamentals. Okay, because we're in an extremely bearish market, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. Eggers called $6 to $10 XRP. Yeah, guys. Eggers is longing XRP at like 90 cents, and it's at like 20 cents right now. There was a 2013 V-shaped recovery when Bitcoin had two tops. Yeah, but in the macro environment, we were extremely bullish. Also, like not that much money was in Bitcoin, so it was able to do that. Bitcoin was essentially a penny stock back in 2013. That's having that comparison. You can't compare that. Bitcoin's over $20,000 right now. There's institutions and whales involved, and price doesn't fluctuate like it did a long time ago. What would take to see a relief rally? Reversals on the daily. When do I think a relief rally will start? Well, the fact that all of you guys are asking when a relief rally is makes me less confident in a relief rally. I'm not going to lie. If retail's all looking for something, it's most likely not going to happen. But let's go through 2 more charts, and then I'm going to call it a day here. So, again, swing failure. This is total failure here. I'm expecting this to go lower. And honestly, guys, don't pay attention to a chart this weekend. Go enjoy the sun. Go have a nice time. Seriously, you owe that to yourself. But anyways, let's look at Bitcoin dominance, and then we'll look at Ethereum. Bitcoin dominance on the 15 looks like it found support at 44, almost 45%. The daily looks like it dumped quite a bit. Wow, I did not expect that. Looks like we dumped quite a bit. I mean, honestly, we could just retest, go back up. Not many signs of reversal yet. And again, we are very, very overbought here on dominance. And now we're seeing some divergence, bullish divergence between this point and now this point. Honestly, this is really weird, but I still imagine that this goes up. Here's the weekly. Just kind of looks like it hit resistance, came back down. Probably will continue to go back up eventually. Like I said, we're in a very, very bearish environment right now, and I can't imagine that altcoins start taking over Bitcoin's throne. But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin dominance, nice little pullback. I mean, with this guys, Bitcoin dominance had a pull. Let me put this in perspective. Bitcoin dominance had a pullback, and Bitcoin didn't even get a relief rally. And neither did altcoins. And usually when Bitcoin dominance goes down, that means alts pump, that means Bitcoin pumps. Alts obviously pump harder. And we didn't even get that. We got lower prices. So if you're going to ask me, like, this is a nice reset here, and we're probably going to see a dump at some point. All right, let's check ETH and then ETH to Bitcoin. Yeah, Ethereum's weekly looks disgusting. We lost the 2017 or 2018 all-time high at about 1,400. Now we're at 1,000. Our next support is around the 800 to 750 level. I could see something like this happen, accumulate, and then go back up. But for now, I mean, pretty ugly, and I'm not anticipating anything positive for me. I mean, I've talked about this several times that this exact scenario is going to happen. Ethereum's getting wrecked because it's an altcoin. It's not Bitcoin, and Bitcoin ultimately takes the reins in the bear market. Here's ETH to Bitcoin. Looks like we lost a major support area last week, this week. Pushing lower again. I think this is just going to continue lower to the 0.04 area. And, yeah, I don't think anything's stopping this from dropping. We just confirmed a distribution pattern, a head and shoulders reversal. And I think we're going down. Look at Cake and others. Cake is the dumbest coin I've ever seen. Can you tell us how to detect the reversal, any indicator? All those signs and signals are taught in my trading class. I'm a hodler investor. Is it good to add orders on Bitcoin all the way down if we wick up from 20K to 10K, or should I wait and do lump sum? Search on Google what dollar cost averaging is and formulate a strategy with that. All right, guys. Just real quick, for those of you that are new and don't know, we have a free Discord. Links in the description. I've also kept my trading classes open and the trading analysis program, which is basically I release analysis every day. It's very descriptive, and it includes any trades that I take or potential in this space. So if you're looking for reversals, if you're looking for trade analysis, definitely check that out through Patreon. The link is in the description and I believe on the bio of my Twitter profile. With that said, if you didn't know, Bitkit is allowing any users that use my link a 15% fee reduction, which is the lowest fee any exchange offers if you use my link. There's also up to a $4,163 deposit bonus. Yeah, low fees, huge deposit bonus, very safe and secure exchange, easy to use mobile app. I don't know what else more you need from an exchange. Binance sucks and they wick crazy. Coinbase is under investigation and they're firing all their employees. And honestly, I'm sick and tired of all the bullshit. I got wicked out from Binance, from any of you that know me, and I haven't been back since. With all that said, guys, sorry for the quick live stream. I've got a lot of shit I got to do today. I've got to finish cleaning my car. Unfortunately, it took me longer than I hoped. But I hope to see you guys in the Discord, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Remember, be patient, use risk management, and good luck trading.